All right, so what's up, YouTube? Today, I got a little bit of a different story for you. One that's funny. You guys know that I normally tell stories about my life experiences, jobs, relationships, or things that fall within the realm of spirituality. But today is one of my homies' birthday, my homie Richardson. If you're seeing this video, happy birthday, man. And because it's your birthday, today I'm gonna be telling a funny story that involves a good friend of mine's named Richardson. I don't Richardson is Richardson and I, we met each other. We both do armed security, okay? We met each other back in, I want to say 2018, quite possibly. I think it was 2018. We were working at the same place. And oddly enough, he and I have worked together multiple times since then. The armed security world it's big, but it's still kind of small too, because there's a certain type of people that meet the qualifications. Myself and Richardson are those type of people. Um, when Richardson and I started working together, I wasn't quite sure about him because he was a little quiet, a little, but then I noticed that he was interacting a lot with another officer that I am quite cool with still to this day. And I figured, okay, if he's cool with him, then it must be worth my time to get to know this person. And as soon as he and I started talking, we instantly clicked, like similar interests, similar styles of humor. Now, Richardson and I have the type of humor that it's almost telekinetic. And what I mean by that is, let's hypothetically say he and I are we're at the same location, but we're standing in two different places in the same location. If an event takes place in that location, I don't care what it is, whether it be a fight, whether it be somebody falling, anything takes place, we have that telekinetic connection where I'm gonna look across the room like, and he's going to look, and we're going to spot each other. We're going to lock eyes, and we're going to know this is one of these moments that we're going to talk about, or we're going to laugh our ass off later on. That's the type of humor, psychic connection that Richardson and I have. If you don't have a friend like that, I encourage you to get yourself one. It will make your life much more fun and entertaining. But moving on to the story, Richardson and I were at work one day, right? Now, this story takes place back in a time where the television technology had started to change. And I like to think of myself as somebody who's somewhat into technology and devices and things of that nature. So at the time, I had a 46-inch Sony Bravia 1080p television with four HDMI ports, right? And you couldn't tell me I wasn't the shit for having this TV, right? It's a Sony Bravia, of course, like, so I feel like I'm the man. But TV technology was starting to change, and this was the time where these 4K TVs started coming out, and the prices of them were going down because they were, I guess, becoming like the new standard, right? I wanted one. Okay, I had to get myself a 4K TV. So I'm at work one day. I'm with Richardson, and I'm explaining to Richardson, we got the Memorial's Day sales coming up. Man, I'm going to Best Buy. I'm about to get me this 4K TV. But the only thing is, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my 1080p Sony Bravia, man. Like every room in my house that needs a TV already has one, so I don't know what to do with this TV. And he was like, "Shit, what you said it's a Sony joint, a Sony Bravia, 46-inch?" He was like, "Man, I'll buy that joint. How much you trying to sell it for?" And because Richardson's my guy, I was like, "Look, I give it to you for $300." Okay. And he was like, "Bet. As soon as I give you the money, then yeah, we gonna do that." So a couple weeks passed, right? I had already gone to Best Buy. I had already gotten in my 40, I think a 46-inch Samsung 4K television, right? Now, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't the shit for getting this TV, right? Richardson had paid in full. He had given me the $300 for the Sony Bravia. So once the money was in hand, he and I we made arrangements to meet someplace neutral because he lives about 35, 40 minutes away. Like it really isn't that far in terms of mileage, but there is a ton of traffic that goes through that area to get to where he lives or for him to come to where I live. So we met at a neutral location, which would have been a metro station that was kind of like in the middle of where he and I both lived. We set a time, I believe it was like maybe 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. in the late afternoon. I get to the location first because I'm a pretty punctual guy. I get there and I text him to let him know that I'm there. He replies, let me know that he's about 15 minutes away. Okay. I chill in my car for about 15 minutes, and sure enough, I get another text message from him saying that I'm pulling into the parking lot now. I'm in a blue whatever type of SUV it was. I can't remember, but it was like a blue older model SUV. I guess he wanted a vehicle that was going to have enough space to get a 46-inch television in. So as he comes pulling into the parking lot, I spot the vehicle. I notice it's him. He's coming right towards me, so I can see him in the driver's seat. But I see he's got this girl with him. This hideous looking chick. I mean, she was hideous, sitting in the passenger seat of the car, right? And I remember seeing her and kind of be like, "Good gracious, she is like if oogly was a real word, she was it, right?" So I kind of shook it off for a second. Now, his dumb ass decides that he's not going to park in a parking spot. He's going to pull right to the back of my car. So the front of his car is still facing me where I'm standing, right? He gets out of the car after he puts the car in park. He gets out of the car and I'm still watching the image of this hideous chick like get closer and closer and closer to me, right? So he gets out the car. I'm already grinning because I'm about to cook this guy for showing up with somebody that looks like this, right? So he gets out the car. We do our usual thing, which is, a dap, uh, 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 a shoulder bump, and then a pat on the back. He likes to break the dap with a snap, kind of like a pull his hand back and do this. So I'm thinking that's the perfect time to start firing on this guy, right? So as soon as we go for the hand pull apart and the snap, I'm like, yeah, man. So that's your date for the night right there. And he's like, who? So I'm like, Slim, stop playing with me. The chick in the passenger seat of your whip, right? Now, mind you, I am already grinning. I got this sinister grin on my face because I'm about to start cooking him, right? So as soon as I say chick in the passenger side of your whip, he like drops his head down a little bit, like shameful looking, and he kind of turns around like real slow to look at her out the corner of his eye. Now, she is in the passenger seat destroying a full size, look like a Jersey Mike sub with like extra meat on it. I'm talking about crushing this shit, just I'm talking pieces of the sandwich falling every time she bites into it, everything. And I'm just like, ugh, you know what I mean? So he turns when he looks at her, she like mid bite, like stops and like, what? You know what I mean? So right after she says that and kind of notices that we're both looking at her, he kind of turns his head back around real slowly, right? Still looking real shameful, and I'm ready to just start firing off on him because he's vulnerable. This is the perfect time to start cooking this guy, right? He turns around real slowly. He has his head down towards the ground. Then he looks up at me, squints his eyes, and he's like, "Nigga, that's my dad."